Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? It's Christina from the Glaser Tutoring Company, and today we are going to solve the system of equations by the addition method. Now, we have to solve these two equations. What does that really mean? Well, the system here is basically just a word that says that you have two or more equations, and since they gave us two here, we know that we have a system. Okay. But now, if we want to solve for the system, in this case, we have two linear lines because for both x values, they're raised to the first. So no x squareds, no x cubes. And the same thing for the y's, no y squares, y cubes. So that's a linear line. Anytime that you have x and y values that are raised to the first, that's a linear line. So if I have one linear line going this way, and I have one linear line going this way, I don't know if that's what these are, but just in general, the solution, or what you're trying to solve, is the point in which they cross the point in which they cross paths. Because all the other points, they don't have in common. You're looking for a point, or they call it a coordinate pair, that they have in common. So let's just erase this. And now let's just say, okay, you want to solve, right? We need to solve for that x comma y. So basically you're solving for the x value and you're solving for the y value. All right, well now we have to do it by the addition method, which means that at some point we're going to be adding these two equations up. And when you add them up, you want to get rid of one of the variables, whether it's x or whether it's y. Now, how do you do that? Well, you have to make them cancel. And if that's the case, if you want to cancel out the x, one x value has to be positive, and the other x value has to be negative. So whether it's like a plus 2x and a minus 2x, if you add these two together, these will cancel. And the same thing you can do for your, what happened there? The same thing you could do for your y values. So you could have a minus y and a plus y. Add them together, they cancel out. Now, the easiest method is to just choose one variable in which you only have to manipulate one of your equations. So let's just say that this is equation 1, this is equation 1, and this is equation 2. Now let's look at the x values, right? I already see that I have a positive 7 and a negative 28, so that's good, right? One variable has to be positive, the other one has to be negative. And let's see, can I make a 7 into a 28? Yeah, I can, right? I could times this by 4, and since I already have a positive here, and if I times this by 4, I'll get the positive 28, and this is the negative 28. So in this case, one equation is going to be plus 28, the other one is going to be negative 28, and then when you add those two together, they cancel out. So when you do that though, you just got to be fair. If you're going to times the 4 with the 7, you're going to times it with the 6y and the 2 as well. So let's go for it. Equation 1. The new equation is going to be 4 times 7, which is 28. So maybe we'll say 28x plus 4 times 6 is 24y. And then that's going to equal 4 times 2 is 8. And then we have equation 2, which I didn't touch. So negative 28x plus, this is negative 24 now. So maybe what I'll say is I'll just say minus 24 y, and that equals negative 8. Okay, so the addition method, we have to add the two equations together. And let's see. Okay, so 28 and a negative 28, they cancel, because that's what we were going for. So that goes bye-bye. Let's cancel those guys out. But now, by doing that, look at this, positive 24 and a negative 24. So I accidentally canceled out both variables, which sometimes that can happen. And there's nothing else over here, right? So this is a big fat 0 on this side. So 0 equals 8 plus a negative 8 is 0. All right, so two things here is, first off, we lost both variables. So we're down to two answers, because by losing your two variables, you automatically know that these lines are either going to be one on top of each other, right? So here's the black, and then here's the red line. They're one on top of each other, which means that they're the same line, or they run parallel. Let me just fill that back in. They run parallel, which means that they will never touch. So you're either going to have infinite amount of solutions or no solutions, because one is going to touch every single time, and the other one is not going to touch at all. How do I know the difference? Well, the difference lies in if this is a true statement. Now I have 0 on the one side and 0 on the other. That makes sense, right? 0 equals 0. It's 0. So this is a big check. That makes sense. That means that they are the same line. On the flip side, if you had like 0 equals 3 and the mathematical sentence didn't make sense, that means that they have no solutions. They are parallel to each other. So same line, that means that this has infinite amount of solutions. So maybe we'll just say infinite solutions. Every point that they have will be the same. And that is the answer to this problem. Let's color it in. Beautiful sky blue. And we are done. What'd you think? I hope this helped. Thank you so much for viewing the video. Subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to helping you in more questions. Like the video. Tell your friends, tell your classmates. We got physics and chemistry videos on the channel as well. If you guys are in those classes, we would love to help you out. And yeah, fun times, right? Also, I would like to give a huge shout out to Maricela. Thank you so much for being a member to the channel. Your support means a lot to my brother and me, and we're thrilled to have you be a part of this amazing community. Memberships are open on the channel, and if you want to become a member, just click that join button, which can be found below on any video if you're watching on your desktop, or it can be found on the overall channel page too. For all of you that want your name shown in the video, don't forget to choose the gold tier or higher. Thank you so much for considering, and have a great day. Talk to you in the next lesson. Bye-bye!